crowd. Wake them up. This anger's deeper than sleep. Got to keep awake to what is happening. I can't see a thing through my ambition. I no longer feel my God is watching over me. Got to tell the world we've all been dreaming. This is not the end, a new beginning. I no longer feel my God is watching over me. Break the code, concentrate, let the door swing open, see through all my walls, all my flaws. Now I'm in deeper than sleep. Got to keep awake to what is happening. I can't see a thing through my ambition. I no longer feel my God is watching over me. Got to tell the world we've all been dreaming. This is not the end, a new beginning. I no longer feel my God is watching.
Don't get mad at me. Don't get freaking mad at me. I see all these people getting mad at me because I said Julian Assange was just an actor. The fuck? This is old news. We've gone over this years and years and years ago. And then every year we have to go over it again. Every time they do some bullshit with him, we have to go over it again. Why? Why? Hey, you know, they don't even hide the shit on him. You can literally Google Assange, the family, and then cult, and the shit pops up. Okay? You know, forget that. Forget that Colonel Michael Aquino hired him, and he was brought in as an MK Ultra CIA little fucking asset. Forget that. Whatever. You know what? The real stupid part about it is the basic shit. The basic shit. And I'm sorry you've been dumbed down. It is not my fault you've been dumbed down. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me that you were dumbed down. You allowed it to happen to yourself. Get mad at yourself and mad at the people that did it. Don't get mad at Jerry because he told you you're fucking stupid. All right? Because you are. And the only way you're going to wake up out of your stupidity or stupor, slumber, whatever you'd like to call it, is if I fucking tell you like this. Okay? So go choke on a hot dog. You know, let me tell you something. Simple. Simple as this. Let's go back. Do some basic research. We know all the, Central and South America CIA activity that was going on from the 40s all the way through the 70s and everything else, and in the 80s with the Iran-Contra and everything else. What Ecuador? CIA kills the president, right, in 1972. Okay, basically saying, if you don't do the oil business the way we want to do it, fuck you, you're all gonna die. We've been in control of that shit forever. If we're in control of their fucking country, we're in control of their fucking embassy. Figure it out. It's not my fucking problem. You've been dumbed down. Not. Yeah, he's an actor. It's just another puppet. And I don't understand why people get mad. Oh, no, I don't like this. Well, I'm sorry. Do you think it was easy for me to accept that all these people were bullshit? They threw all these people at me. They threw their best little fucking spokes at me. All their best little group bullshit things, everything you could imagine. And you know why they stopped? Why I don't have to deal with that shit anymore? Because they ran out of fucking people. Every time they threw somebody at me, I ended up figuring out who they are. And that's not good for them. So they don't want to throw people at me because I find out who the fuck they are. All right? They've thrown scientists at me. Professors, you name it. They don't throw people at me anymore because I know who the fuck they are. All right? Because I refused to say I'm going to continue to go along with the propaganda. I said, I want, and yeah, it is a lot easier because in a way, them throwing all those people at me and then finding out who those people are made me realize and find out who is that group and how it works. And then it makes it a lot easier for me to see through this. Yes, it does. And I understand not everybody has gone through that. But you have to understand, you know, they're constantly looking for new people that they've put through some of their bullshit and everything else so that they can continue to lead them through their programs. And they don't like it when they come across somebody that's not in their program. And let me tell you something. Anybody out there that they're pushing has been through a part of their program. That's why they're pushing them, because they know they can control them in some way, some fact, at any time when they need to. Okay? They don't like people like me that start to think and say, okay, so you're telling me all these great things. Should I look behind this person that's telling me all these great things? Should I look behind the freaking veil, as they would call it? They don't like it. They want you to just fall in love with their bullshit. You fucking tell me the guy didn't live in no fucking embassy for the last 10 years or whatever the fuck it was. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. No. If he did, they just MK Ultra'd him every day. I mean, it's all bullshit. Even the president they killed was like a Mason. You know, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. These people are not your friends. You know, somebody like him, the reason why he never came through with all this truth on so many of these psychological psyops and all this bullshit like Shady Hook is because they need somebody to come in there, give you the information, because that way they're in control of the flow of information instead of it coming out leaked in a wrong way where they're not in control of it. This is why the CIA gives you 70% truth and 30% lie. They need to control the flow of information. They always have, always will. And that's what goes on. It's not my fault if you've been too dumbed down to see through it. You know? It's just ridiculous. Got me out there. Hey, Truth is Sweet. What's going on, sir? Truth Seeker comes out of our lives for a reason. Yeah. Yeah, It's just Edward Snowden. Here's another one. Fucking Edward, when you looked into Edward Snowden, what you should have looked into is, with the fucking Booz Allen Hamilton, all right? And then started looking into the accounting firms, these large accounting firms. And that would have brought you into the conjunction of Price Waterhouse and the CIA, and them and the CIA, and that other big one I forget off the top of my head with the CIA, and then these other billionaire elites and Big Pharma. The Big Pharma is actually involved with the CIA through these accounting firms. Okay, that's how it works. It's how a lot of people will say, well, how are these big CEOs involved with the CIA and everything else, and their connections are through, they sit on the boards of some of these firms that are tied to firms owned by the CIA, and then that's how they're, merged through. Okay, and then of course that billionaire will use that accounting firm to audit their company, which of course they're going to get an audit cleared by how it works out with the CIA people that are on the board also with them at those large firms. Okay, that's how that all works. All right. And then the people also on their other boards sit there, and then they sit on one of the centralized banks boards. Okay. Right. Then that's how it all works. And then those people that sit on the centralized bank boards that also sit on their, other boards also are involved in these NGOs or institutions or little like smaller individual strange institutions in certain parts of the country, and then those are the ones that direct a lot of those MK Ultra and social engineering programs in isolated areas throughout the country. To me, it's simple. To you, maybe it's complex. I think it's fucking simple. But if you can't figure out these basic things just by going Edward Snowden, bam, 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 this is how he's connected to all this shit. It should be like that instantly. How are you gonna, when somebody else comes along, not be able to go bam, 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 if you can't even fucking do the basic easy stuff? Snowden, Assange, fucking, Fetzer, fucking Jones, any of these fuckers. All right? If you can't put the shit together that fast, that easy, you're fucking dumb. Sorry. Mad at me. Manning's another one. Man, fucking get that. They arrest him, and they fucking, a year later, he pops up as a woman. You go to a military prison in like Maryland, that had it tied to MK Ultra programs forever, and then a year later he's a woman. What the fuck do you think happened to him? Okay? What the fuck do you think happened? Something went on there. Okay? You know? I'm not even sure if I want to know what in that particular case. I'm just saying something went on, you know? It's you know, one of those things. You know, and I'm going to listen. Some people know that, you know, I went through a little bit of hell recently, so, you know, I was attacked a little bit. At least I believe it was them. And because it was backed off a little bit, I'm not going to release some of the stuff I planned on releasing, but I'm going to release the softer stuff. And it still may even seem like tough attacks. But when you're attacked, the way I've always understood it and the way the rules have kind of always worked, you have the right to attack back. You know, and they can't really do much because that's how the world works. It's got to be fair. So I think with my real attack, the attack that I want to have to get back for the attack that I had, I'm going to choose when and who and how and everything else to do it. You know, some of the videos I'm going to release is on another one. Who did I have some videos I just recently did about one of the suicides that reveals what that was all about. And I did some on Mark Passio, but it wasn't an attack on Mark Passio so much because I actually like him, even though I'm just telling you, he tells you that he's a Mason. What I do in any of the videos that they may seem like they're attacking him, but they're just telling you how he tells you he's part of it. Okay? It explains how he tells you that he's a part of it and makes it very simple. But I want people to learn how to decipher these things themselves, because to me it's just quite ridiculous that we even have to discuss these things. So ridiculous, so pathetic to me. I can't. I thought Assange was like dead years ago, and he keeps on resurfacing. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous thing. You know, I mean, it's just imagine. Think about the people that have been around a while. You know, when they open up social media, and they've known about Assange or any of these other people for years, and they have to look at people out there going, oh, free Assange, and all this other bullshit. Do you know how freaking irritating that is to people that already know the freaking truth? That there's still idiots out there that can't figure it out even when it's been exposed a million times. It's so annoying. You know? Yes, I understand because of my circumstances I was able to see a lot of these things. They don't like me. They don't like me at all. You know? I was just thinking about today is I can literally tell you where they freaking meet, where the police that were involved in a place called, well, you know, I'm not going to say, in Connecticut at a particular event, where they meet. I can take you today right to where and find multiple people that were involved in that thing. And I'm not talking at a Masonic lodge or anything. I'm talking about in public where they meet. I can take you to multiple places where I can find any of these people at any freaking time. Because I use my freaking brain. I remember things. I try to keep it active. I don't give all my information out there, which they would love. So when you do come by some very important information, don't even give it to me. If it's super important, you'll know when it's needed to be used. Don't give it away, because there's a good chance it is something important that they may have forgotten. So it's not always the best idea to just put it out there. Okay? That's what they would love. Maybe in the past that was the case, but times have changed. We're in a whole different game where they control the whole truth community on a stranglehold. Completely. So we can't always hand over information about every little detail. We can't trust everybody. We can't. It sucks. But this is just another demonstration of why we need to push these people aside. These people that keep on continuing to fall for the bullshit. You know, I'm not saying forever. I'm saying if somebody just hasn't been able to get this shit, you know, shit like Assange or Alex Jones or this fake lawsuit or whatever it may be, say, hey, listen, I need you to get out of my way, not talk to me, not be around me, don't want to hear your bullshit, because it's not appropriate. It's not good to mix in with what's going on. You're not ready. You're not ready. And, it doesn't mean that these people, you can block people and then let them back in once they start to get it. But it's unbelievable how many, even these little truth groups and everything else, I still see Assange shit pop up. Are you fucking kidding me? This shit was cleared up years ago. Cleared. He's bullshit. Throw him out. And there's still people coming along. Go, oh, free Assange. Fuck Assange. He's a lifetime actor. No different than the freaking stupid TV lifetime actors. We need to obtain information from anyone who doesn't mean to have trust. Try to take all the information straight out there. Yeah, I've been doing, I've mapped some of these people out. And that's the tough thing, too, is because I don't give some of this, I'll map people out and totally find out who, some of these people are fake. And it sucks because I can't always give it away. Literally, I found 100 followers of mine on Twitter that are following, I might as well say it, following an account that was set up by the Honor Network. And it's so easy. I mean, I've already taped it to show. I mean, it's just unbelievable that people don't even know what the fuck they're following. They don't even know that there's people there pretending to be a part of the truth so they can slowly change them, into these different belief systems. They don't even know. And it's sad. It scares the shit out of me. It makes you think, well, why am I even doing this? Why are we even... I think, like I've always said, I don't really care about the rest of them. I care about this very few that may actually start to get it, and that's it. Because everybody else is useless. They're useless. Totally useless. If you listen, they tell you? Yeah, exactly, Sarah. They will tell you who they are. You don't even have to research hard if you know what to look for. If you know. The hard research comes up front in learning and understanding how they tell you who they are, what it means, what they say. And that was the whole thing. The whole thing with, Passio. He says it's part of the great work. Got to do the great work. Well, what's the great work? The same plan that is behind the false flags. It's not like they hide. Some use gematria to give away who they are. Some use all kinds of different things. They tell you who the fuck they are. They tell you. That's most of the time I see who they are by them not talking about certain subjects, by them avoiding certain subjects. That's a problem. And if you think about it, the more you really look at it, the truth community is just as brainwashed, if not more, than the sheeple when you start to really look at it, because of the shit that they go along with. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. To me, it just is amazing. Amazing. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to release a couple videos. They may sound a little harsh, giving some harsh truth, but they aren't the real good ones. They aren't the dirty ones that I was going to put out there. So, they can feel very lucky they backed the fuck off, because I was going to go ham on some of these people. Or I did go ham on some of these people. I just haven't released it, but I'm going to still hold some of those videos and release them if necessary. But it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. In reality, it doesn't matter how much you expose them. Just like the whole Assange thing was exposed so much. I remember a long time ago. And people just, as long as they're continued to be told the lie, they'll go along with the lie. So it doesn't really even matter. In reality, it doesn't matter how much I expose them or anything else. People aren't going to figure it out. They're too dumb. Yeah. I mean, that's Richie from Boston gives it away. Lift the veil. I mean, he's been caught in so many different things. It's just how it is. I think people like Richie from Boston and stuff like that, they're really disturbing. They're really disturbing because they're taking money. And that's sad. These people are disgusting. Disgusting. Think about how disgusting of a human being. This is literally a fight for our rights, or to maintain our liberties in this world. And yeah, we may be overwhelmed, but that doesn't mean give up and just start taking money from people that want to see change or are desperate for something that, the person is a part of the group that's doing the bad things, and then people are out there giving them money. No, that's got to stop. I don't know what it's going to take. I tell you what, I was pissed off to the point where if they kept on coming after me, I might have actually, made sure they stopped. A few people might have stopped. I would have arranged that. They got to be careful who they play with. And they also got to think. That's the one nice thing is I don't get. They used to send their little people to try and persuade me and try and be handlers or whatever they do to anybody in the truth community. They try and persuade you and this and that. And the fact that they don't do that anymore, to me, you can look at it as maybe they just figured out how to keep me irrelevant, and that's why not. And that could be part of it. But I like to think it's because they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. It's not like I outsmarted them, because I'm not that smart. That's the thing. I just used the logic that God gave me, right? That's as simple as that. It's almost like that childhood questioning. When we get there, when we get there, when, what, where, when, why, how, why is always almost the most important. And you got to just keep on asking. Who, why, what, where, when, how. You just keep on going and going and going, just like a little child. And that will keep your mind active enough to see through the bullshit. So people are taking money and be good and bump out lots of content. Now, there's no content. The content is not there. And people, they stay away from the names. I mean, in theory, what I like to do is start maybe going after some of the key players' names. I like to. I'm gonna have to pick and choose which ones, because I think some need to remain. You have to kind of delicately balance what has potential of really doing some damage in the future, what psyop really won't make a difference if it's exposed or not, and maybe we should give more information about those, just to show people this is how you got to look for things. Where you got to look for things, where you can find the people involved, the judges, the attorneys, the different lodges, the different things like that, and go through it like that, because that might be the only way that people start researching again. I still have my research maps, where these people met. Clinton met Bush at this date, at that time, over here. This person met that person over here. This might have been a discussion, and then next thing you know, this foundation was formed, and this foundation was doing this and that. You gotta have all that out. If you can't chart out, the whole history of communism, I actually spent a lot of time on that one. The entire history of communism in the United States. Entire history. Where their first meetings were, in Michigan, and Chicago, and in New York, and then their connections to what happened with the mafia, and that breakup, and all this stuff, and then literally the communists and the firemen, and all these. I literally have that all charted out. So, and you'll find some of the most bizarre shit, because a lot of times the truth is actually more amazing than the fiction. And to me, that fascinating truth is what really sparks my interest. Maybe that's why I look into it. But come on. The whole social media is just propaganda for their bullshit now. They have people fighting over a black hole. Yeah, we know a black hole doesn't exist. Why are we fighting about it? Why do we keep on talking about it? Why? If their whole thing is they know people are going to fight about it, so they put it out there so people fight about it, then what did you just do? did exactly what they want. Did exactly what they want. When something has been proven to be bullshit once, we shouldn't have to keep on going over it and over it and over it again. It should be boom, that's it, it's done, finished. And everybody else that continues to go along with it, we need to watch out for, because they're either fucking dumb or they're a shill. Simple as that. If they keep on pushing it, they're one of two things. They're either really dumb or a shill. And either way, they're just as bad. Stupid and shill are the same fucking thing when it comes down to it. That's the way I look at it. I don't know. Used to be more into fiction and fantasy, but the world is way more fascinating. Yeah, the world is way more fascinating. It really is. But you have to step out there and find it. Find these people. Find them. Find out who's behind these fellowships. You know? Find out that you have to have some, you know, MK Ultra programming to get one of these McKnight or these freaking different fellowships and all this other bullshit. Because, you know, if we don't tell people, the people that are involved in these things don't even know themselves. You know? I am so sickened that, you know, I don't know. This whole Alex Jones lawsuit is such bullshit, right? It only proves that they're really scared of a lawsuit, of a legitimate case. That's what it proves. So in reality, this should be a good thing, maybe. Maybe it should be a good thing. Maybe it should be a good thing because it can convince some people to start putting together a good case that they can't run away from, that they can't spin. Maybe that's what it's a thing, saying we need to push it harder, that more pressure needs to be put on that whole fabricated event. Maybe that's what they're saying, you know, that they're scared to death of the truth. And that's why they keep on putting out that bullshit. You know, I think my biggest contemplation has been, are the people even worth it? And people get mad at me maybe for thinking that, but I'm not always sure that they're worth the help. I'm not always sure that they're worth the saving. You know? It's a tough decision. You know? I would think that a divine intervention or divine push would be necessary to show people that they should push harder, because I think even at this point, anything divine thinks the people are worthless these days, because they really are. They can't figure out how to do the right thing. They can't figure out how to do anything right. They can't. They're greedy, nasty people. And even though they've been socially engineered into this situation, they are choosing the oppression hand over fist. And I'm talking about the truth community. Never mind the sheeple community. They're choosing the evil every day. You know? Yeah, I don't know if they're worth it. It really is. You know, because what? Why? It ain't going to change anything, really. You might be able to slow them down for a year or so. You know, doesn't matter what you do. The people are going to end up going back and choosing the evil anyways. You know, that's just how they are. You could do the best thing in the world, and they're going to choose the sickness. They always do. Every single time. They have no idea what truth is and honesty and morality is. They'll choose sickness every time if it lines their pockets. You know, greed has taken over this world hand over fist. But I do have some interesting videos I'm going to put up on BitChute. Can't put them up on YouTube. Of course I can't. Everybody else could, but I couldn't. You know, if I was Richie from Boston, I could put the shit up all day long, but I can't do that. You know, whatever. It is what it is, you know.